Hey everyone, ever feel like there's a hidden code to success? What if quantum physics holds the key? Imagine unlocking the universe's secrets and applying them to your own growth. Quantum physics is a realm of incredible possibilities, where everything is interconnected and energy is constantly flowing. It teaches us how to harness that energy for personal transformation. You're about to discover the universe's secrets for personal growth and tap into a powerful path for a happier, more fulfilling life. Join me as we dive into the profound wisdom of Professor Danesh, who has dedicated 10 years to unraveling quantum secrets and applying them to personal growth. Let's dive in.
In the name of the Lord of life and wisdom, people always seek to bypass the peripheral details and get straight to the core. So, I'll summarize some key takeaways from our quantum studies for you. These insights are sure to fascinate you. First, we learned that there is no aging in the quantum world. Concepts like aging, decay, and deterioration are absent. The universe is simply a realm of continuous, intertwined transformations. That's our first lesson. Any beliefs we hold about aging are not rooted in scientific knowledge. They come from our minds, and it's these beliefs that make us reflect them, creating the very qualities we associate with aging: lack of movement, a stooped posture, forgetfulness, and so on. This happens because we've chosen to believe it. The exact scenario we write for ourselves will play out, but this concept doesn't exist in the natural order of the universe.
So in the grand scheme of the universe, aging doesn't truly exist. Let's look at some examples. In the mineral world, we have crystals and rocks that date back millions of years. Think of thousands-year-old turquoise stones, diamonds, thousands-year-old emeralds and amethysts, all incredibly beautiful and youthful, showing no signs of aging. In the plant kingdom, we find trees that have lived for thousands of years. The Langanayu tree is 4,000 years old, the cypress of Abaku is 4,000 years old, and the president tree is 3,200 years old. In the animal kingdom, there are also creatures with long lifespans, exhibiting no decline in their movement or life force. Galapagos tortoises can live for 250 years. Greenland sharks can live for 272 years, and albatrosses, one of the oldest wild birds, can live for 71 years. But in the realm of two-legged animals, humans begin to feel old in their 40s or 50s. They feel less capable, forgetful, unmotivated, and they experience pain in their backs, joints, and a variety of ailments. After retirement, they withdraw from active society and spend their time in parks and resting. However, there are individuals who, despite their advanced age, have refused to believe in aging and continue to work hard and live with joy and energy. Take Jean-Louis Calment from France, who lived to 121, Sarah Naus from Pennsylvania, USA, who lived to 119, Mohammed Arab, a vibrant and strong man from Iran who lived to 172, Gohar Zaga from Iran who lived to 127, and Kane Tanaka from Japan who lived to 121. In the past, elders were seen as mediators of disputes and problems within communities, individuals with advanced age but youthful and dynamic minds. These are all examples of individuals who refuse to believe in the matrix of aging. If we don't believe in aging and senility, we can live longer and remain active and dynamic throughout our lives. This is truly encouraging. As Professor says, a young person is one who has a dynamic mind, even if they are 100 years old, and an elderly person is one who has lost their dynamism, even if they are 20 years old.
Quantum studies show us that from a quantum perspective, there's no real difference in the universe. All the particles in the universe are connected, like one hand washing the other. When you wash your hands, there's no conflict between them, right? One hand washes the other, and the other washes the one. That's what we learned from quantum mechanics.
Those distinctions we make between faiths like believer and non-believer, Jew and Gentile, those are all creations of our minds, or better to say, our mental ego. In reality, all religions should be like those two hands, working together. A Christian helping a Muslim helping a Christian helping a Jew helping a Zoroastrian, all washing each other and working together. Like the great Persian poet Sadi said, human beings are all members of one body. In their creation, they are all from one essence.
Another key thing we learned from quantum studies is that separation has no meaning. If you see a family divided, everyone going their own way, or a society torn apart, or a football team where everyone is not working as one, these are all examples of people not following the laws of the universe. They're following the laws of their mental egos. The laws of the mind and mental ego promote separation. They love division. But what we encounter in the quantum world is unity and wholeness. The universe, from a quantum perspective, is like a grand symphony orchestra where everyone plays beautifully under the direction of one conductor. From the perspective of our mental egos, the universe is a world of soloists playing different tunes, conflicting with each other. One plays one song, another plays its opposite, and then they fight. We need to step out of these me versus you mindsets and move into unity. We need to understand the secret of unity.
Let's look at some examples of unity in the universe. In the world of minerals, we see molecular bonds. All the elements in nature, everything around us, is made of atoms and molecules. The way these structures come together and unite is what creates the different physical properties of materials throughout the world. For example, why plastic, wood and metal are different is because of the different chemical bonds between the components that make up these products. Look at the unity of trees in forests, producing oxygen for the planet and generating clean air, or the collective migration of birds, demonstrating their unity and harmony. And let's not forget the unity of worker bees in maintaining and providing food for the queen, resulting in reproduction and honey production.
In the grand scheme of things, there's no such thing as sadness in the universe. Quantum studies show that sadness doesn't exist. Instead, there's an abundance of joy, of spin, of dance, starting with the spin of a quark, particles even smaller than quarks, the string particles. They all start with a kind of dance, all the way up to the largest celestial objects. They're constantly spinning and celebrating and rejoicing. The sadness that humans experience is because they're not working. They're inactive. They're caught up in the trivial. They dislike themselves. That's why sadness arises. But those who are constantly working, constantly engaged, will never experience this state. This joy is inherent in the vast ocean of the universe. Everyone in that ocean is happy. Understanding these quantum teachings and integrating these qualities of the universe into our lives will align us with the cosmos, leading to growth, transformation, and a life filled with happiness and fulfillment. Another teaching of the universe and quantum mechanics is that there is no such thing as looking at parts. Everything is whole. If you want to understand the totality of the universe, you have to know it through the whole, not through yourself, not through your individual part. Seek understanding, not comparison. Wherever you see comparison, it's a product of the mind and mental egos. The universe isn't designed for comparison. I can't be compared to you. You can't be compared to your brother. Even identical twins can't be compared. Each one of us is moving on our own unique path, a unique expression of the universe. My mentor used to say to me, "Count to 1,000. We'd count to 1,000. Then he'd say, "Pick a number, for example, 550. When you pick the number 550, the entire cycle from 1 to 1,000 becomes incomplete. You can't take anything away from the universe. That's why, as the poet Sohrab Seperi said, "And let's not wish that the fly would disappear from the doorway of creation. And let's understand that if there were no worms, the law of the tree would be damaged." Everything in the universe has its own unique code, and it operates according to that code. So, all the beings in the universe are incomparable to each other. In quantum studies, we discovered that the idea of being focused on myself doesn't really make sense. In quantum entanglement, you're studying a particle on Earth, and at the same time, its identical twin particle is being studied deep in the cosmos. Why? Because focusing on just one part is meaningless. Being self-absorbed doesn't make sense. In the grand scheme of the universe, when we did our quantum research, we came to the conclusion that there is no such thing as doubt. You don't wonder if an electron will move to the left or right. No, everything is operating within its own system, precisely. They move with light, under a central intelligence, a system of intelligence. They don't doubt. It's humans who doubt, because they're not operating under a higher intelligence. They try to do things with their own minds, and their minds fail them, leading to chaos. But those who move under a higher intelligence, a guiding force, never doubt. If you want your eyes to have light, you need to move with a center, connect to a source, draw light from it, so your eyes can see. Our quantum studies show that there's no narrow-mindedness in the universe, no stinginess. This constant call, this constant booming voice from the universe is saying, "We built this universe, and we're constantly expanding it." Expanding to where? To infinity. There are no limits. In quantum mechanics and the universe, we learned that there's absolutely no such thing as idleness. Everyone is always doing something. When you wake up in the morning and look up at the sky, you see all those birds flying around. They're all busy with something, working towards something. No one in the universe is just playing around except poor humans. We create this thing called play, and we fool ourselves, we paint ourselves into a corner, we burn our own time, and we're happy about it. No other being in the universe is like that. You plant a seed, and it has a goal. It grows, becoming a strong tree. A bird brings food for its babies, grows, teaches them to fly, and does 1,000 other things it needs to do each day. A saffron plant emerges from the ground with 3 stigmas, and it arranges them in the most beautiful way so that people can use them, enjoy them in their diet, and use them to solve many health problems. So, there's no idleness, no inactivity in the grand scheme of the universe. If you're idle, if you're a player, if you're just passing time, know that the universe will catch up with you. It will punish you. It will bring you to your knees. Why? Because you're swimming against the current. Any swimmer who swims against the current will have their bones broken. It's the law of the universe. As it said, "O heart, seek the totality. Don't look for something in the shallows." It's saying that your heart needs to seek the whole, the ocean. There's nothing special in the shallows. Playing around is like being in the shallows. Have you ever seen anyone catch a whale in a puddle? You won't. At best, you'll find a frog. If you want a whale, you have to go to the ocean. And the ocean is only accessible through work, through effort, nothing else. In quantum physics, we came to the conclusion that inactivity doesn't exist. There are no inactive beings in the world. If a creature sleeps one night and sleeps the next, will it think, "What did I do today?" Nothing. We don't have inactive beings except humans. It's only humans who are inactive, but all other creatures are working. You have an awning in your yard. It stands there, providing shade. The sun shines, and you see that the back of the awning has changed color from the sunlight, but it's still not willing to stop providing shade. It continues until it's destroyed or the wind takes it away. It's providing shade until the very last moment, because there is no inactivity in the universe. In the universe, there is no work that is not intelligent, no work that is not wise. Quantum mechanics tells us this: everything is intelligent, nothing is foolish. There are no holidays in the universe. In some countries, people sit at home on Saturdays and Sundays, putting their feet up and flipping through TV channels. But there's nothing like that in the universe. There are no holidays in the forest, no holidays in the sea, no holidays in the migration of birds. There are no holidays in the work of scholars, no holidays in the lives of prophets. They are constantly working.
The secret to immortality is striving, which is the opposite of laziness. Continuous work is a characteristic of the universe. The universe never stops, never takes a break, never relaxes. It's always working, always producing results. Look at an imperial rose. It never stops giving flowers, and it gives the most beautiful flowers as gifts to those around it. And they have the most amazing scent. The amazing thing is that sometimes, even when fall arrives and the leaves start to turn, we see new buds on this rose bush. This shows us that growth and movement in the universe are not bound by any calendar. It's always in a state of production, always in a state of growth, always in a state of blooming, until the very last moment. But then, sometimes, there's a very severe frost, and snow falls and covers the rose. That's when its leaves start to yellow. They refresh themselves. They gain new energy so that they can start their busy work again in the spring. But they keep working, keeping up their busy activity until the very last possible moment, as long as the climate allows. This is truly amazing about this rose. Whenever I look at this rose, I'm truly amazed by its determination to bloom, to grow. This was a dry, dead branch that we transferred here a while ago, and there was no hope that it would come back to life. But in just a few months, it's transformed into this beautiful, lush bush. It's growing so much that we had to create a support for it here, so it could climb and grow upward. And we still see a beautiful, gorgeous flower blooming almost every day. The intelligence of the universe, the focus on work, the focus on creation, the focus on innovation, the beauty, the mathematics in the design of these creations, it's all truly amazing. But unfortunately, because we're always chasing our own profits, filling our stomachs, trying to get ahead, or fulfilling our own selfish desires, we forget about this incredible beauty. And that's a huge loss for humanity, for our growth, for our evolution. These are some of the beauties of the universe, presented as practical lessons for our lives, lessons that can change our beliefs from a wrong perspective to a correct, fundamental one. God, make the outcome of this work, so that you are pleased and we are saved.